great question, and I'm glad you said organization. Now, let me clear up something for you. The Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition, which I founded in 1996, that Brother Jamal mentioned, he found the internet. The Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition was the first organization in the world to put up a website on the internet totally dedicated to Gullah Geechee history, heritage, and culture. I was the first person to teach a class on Net Noir on Gullah Geechee culture, all right? And the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition is an organization open to anybody, anywhere in the world, so that they can make connections or find out if they have a connection directly to Gullah Geechee culture, as well as we help people to connect to living resources of the Gullah Geechee culture. For instance, with Day Clean Tours, now Day Clean Journeys, that happens in Savannah. We now don't have to worry about bringing somebody out of South Carolina to bring the people to Savannah. We now connect them with this as a source. If people say they're going further south, we can then connect them to places like Geechee Kunda. We connect them to tours that happen in Yulee, Florida and all that. And sometimes people do find out now that their family names are the same, and then they go back and do further genealogy. And so, with the organizational aspect, come on in everybody, come on in, come on in, come on in. Are we taking over your class, or y'all all came to see me?
They came to see you, please.
Okay, come on in then. We always wait for the family, let them come on in. Let me finish this answer. The Gullah Geechee Nation is not an organization. Right. It is a nation. And I am the head of state for the Gullah Geechee Nation. We have the Wisdom Circle Council of Elders that is essentially my right hand on my cabinet. And we have an Assembly of Representatives that you could say could parallel the U.S. Congress, all right? And they represent all the way down the coast. Brother Jamal served as one of the initial members of the Wisdom Circle Council of Elders for the Gullah Geechee Nation, representing Georgia, all right? Yes, sir.
My question to you, Queen, is, well, actually, state first. First of all, to listen at you and to see you in person, to be proud to be an African in America.
Thank you. That's always how I say it.
My question is help me know, how our people were able to survive the Middle Passage, especially when they put it in the Belly of the Beast. The journey itself took sometime between 30 to
90 days.
And they had them in these little pigeonholes.
Head to foot, head to foot.
Head to foot. Explain to me how they survived. I know I'm tough.
Oh, yeah. Right. But the main reason, the visions I've had of that journey, are that their faith is what allowed them to survive, first and foremost. And that those who knew to go into themselves, all right, and tap into the power of that faith, that there's a song we sing, said, hold on, just a little while longer, hold on, just a little while longer, hold on, just a little while longer, everything will be alright. When they called out to their mamas and their mamas couldn't answer, because anybody in trouble, the first one you holler for is your mama. Okay, even if your mama usually you get into it with her, you think she trifling, otherwise that's the first one you call out to is your mama. The next one you call out to is God. All right? And so when they got to the point where mama wasn't answering, they had to call God, whether they said Allah, whether they just said God, whether they said, oh, God still knew who they would call. And God told them, hold on, that little while longer, because everything's going to be all right. And that's why we always say, them be meaning for evil, but God meaning for good. So even when they took those seeds, they took those blacksmiths, they took those people working in rice, they took those architects and those healers and those scientists, they replanted that seed right here. And it was to grow up out of this soil and build North America, build what you now call the United States of America into a place that no one would have recognized had it not been for their skills. So even though we came in a hard way, there's something to celebrate, that strength. And that mechanism, see the power we got in this room? Giving us the feel of what it was like, right, brother? In that darkness, there's always light. And there is a ship, there's a replica of the Amistad, right? When that ship was coming to Charleston, I and the Wisdom Circle Council of Elders welcomed it. They asked me to do a libation ceremony on Sullivan's Island, even though that ship was going to come past it and go into the Charleston Harbor. They told me afterwards, we were all the way on Sullivan's Island, they were all the way on the peninsula trying to bring it in. They came out and they were in the ocean and they went by us 3 times and we're drumming and we're clapping and I'm singing and we're pouring libation. And they reached this point where all of us together were standing looking to the ocean. And we just started singing, and you could hear people speaking in tongues. You could hear people speaking Yoruba, someone in Gullah, someone in Geechee. There were all this myriad of languages going on, this cacophony. Nothing like that had happened after my installment until that moment. And then we finally saw them go head on straight, and go head on straight. And the drums just kept going, and the drums just kept going. And so they fired, this other ship was out there firing shots. These were other ones that were there for this Harbor Fest. And I said, yeah, just like that. You fired shots at us, but you can't hit us, can you? You can't hit us. And so now when they got in, it was 2 days later, they said, Queen, my goodness, we heard of the power and the energy over there on Sullivan's Island. We wish we could have been there, but we had to be on the ship. And do you know, when we first tried to move the ship, the wind was blowing us back. I said, right, because our ancestors didn't want another enslavement vessel coming into Charleston. I said, but when we toned the drums and we sang, they knew it was us, that we were now here celebrating this time. Because we was driving the ship this time, but nobody else. Brother Pinckney's driving the ship this time. And they said all of a sudden, the waters calm, and they were able to pull that ship in there like you drive your car to the curb. But when we saw them coming back and forth, they were being pushed back. And we went to go on there, and we went after everyone else, all the tourists got to see it. They had a private tour with me and the crew and the Council of Elders. Sitting down there, we did just what just happened a minute ago. We turned off the lights. There was one place where light kept coming through. And when you looked up, you saw the mast like that through the light. And I said, that little bit of light coming in here gives you hope there's more outside. So that's why I say the Creator has given me vision, but then that opportunity to be in there, in the bottom, and saying, man, could you imagine being in here with all these people? And then I could look at this light. And so that's why I tell us, don't give me this junk about how hard nothing is for us. I can't make it, my air conditioner broke. I can't make it, my heat broke. But think about what our ancestors went through. Think about what our elders went through. Okay? Being called boy and gal, and they 80 years old, and somebody 16 calling them a boy or gal. Think about it. Ain't nothing we can't make it through, especially when we together. When we together, she don't need but to have some flour. She don't need but to have some butter. He don't need to do nothing but own a cow. She don't need to have nothing but a calf snatch. We already done say he got the boat. She can have a frying pan. Okay, Dr. Hill can have some sweet potato. All right, you understand? When all of that scattered, we might all starve together, right? But when we all together, what happens? We got a meal. We eat. Everybody can eat. And that's what I'm praying that this course does, is show us how everybody survived, like you said. And we always did it together.